Hi there, it's Jo here. Welcome to my channel, Creative Empowerment. And today we're going to do a pick a card reading that is all about what's coming in 2021. Really exciting video, so stay tuned and I'll be back in a minute. So what are we looking at today with this pick a card reading? We're looking at what's coming in for you. We're going to have a look at what is being let go of and then what is coming in for you. So 2020 has been a year that we all want to probably forget, but there's lots of lessons that we've experienced that we need to incorporate into our being, and then move forward in a way that we feel empowered and we've learnt from those lessons. We want to look at 2021 and see what it's bringing us, see what's coming in, see what we're going to embrace. In a minute, I'm going to show you the piles that you can choose from, and I want you to let your intuition guide you. If you enjoy pick a card readings, please subscribe, like and share this video, and let's get right into it. And here we have your piles to choose from today. Now there's not 6 piles, there are 3 piles. These 2 cards represent what you're leaving behind and what you're embracing or what is coming in. I'm going to put some crystals on if you like to choose with crystals. They're actually not crystals, they're just objects, because these first 2 are just big, beautiful stone hearts, and then the third one is a crystal heart. So we have 3 hearts for you to choose from, which might help you with your inner guidance. Choose which one is calling you today. So I want you to take a big, deep breath and focus on which one is calling you today. And we're going to do something really quite different. I'm going to turn over these piles, but if you're ready to jump into your reading, you can follow the timestamps below. But if you would like to play along with what we're doing today, you can stay and see what energies come up. And these are tarot cards, which I don't normally use. And I've kind of resisted using tarot for a long time, but I'm finding my way back there. So, because I did use tarot when I was in my 20s, or late teens, 20s, but then I put them down. So these are the cards that you're looking at, and this is a beautiful deck that I was gifted. I'm not going to go into what the cards are, but you get to now have a bit more information, and you may see that your focus, your attention, your draw has been shifted, and you're drawn to maybe 2 piles now, or you're drawn to a different one. So I want you to focus on 3 piles, and I want you to ask yourself internally, what are the changes that are coming for me in my life in 2021, and focus on which pile is drawing you today, and then we're going to jump straight into them. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you like pick a card readings, and please hit the notification bell so you are notified each time I put a new video up. And please share it with your family and friends if you enjoyed it, because they might too. Okay, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile 1. If you picked this beautiful creamy heart, then this is your reading all about what is coming in 2021 for you. So we have 2 tarot cards to start off our reading, and one is all about 2020 and what you're ready to let go of in 2020, and then what you're bringing in 2021. So these are kind of like the bookends for this reading, and I've got lots of other oracle cards already pulled that I haven't seen. So we're looking at what these cards signify for you to begin with, what you're ready to release. Now this feels very much like you, and if you're a male, it doesn't matter. This is, even though they're both queens, it's about that sort of more feminine energy, which is what we want to talk about. And it's this, for me, this Queen of Swords is for you. You're releasing all of these intangible things about yourself. So we see the butterflies, which is about transformation, but we can see these mists of the clouds here. So the air, air signs can be the Queen of Swords could be about Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, because it's about air signs. But for me, this is really you, and this is your mental abilities. This is your beliefs, your expectations. Again, I want to talk about these intangible things. So things you can't touch. These are the things that you're releasing and letting go. And they're your beliefs and expectations that life is trying to come at you, that you need to brace yourself. It's like you can see this queen and she's got her arms closed in on her body. Sorry, it's just acting out. She's got her arms closed in on her body, protecting herself, but then she's got her arms up saying, she's ready for whatever it is that's coming at her. This feels like you're ready for life to come at you. You're bracing yourself. You're ready to fight. And this is all about like mental criticism. You're waiting for the world to strike, to come and get you. Your beliefs and your expectations have been, because you're ready to release this. This is what you're ready to let go of now. You're ready to let go of that belief and expectation. You're ready to let that go. You're ready to put that down now, which to me feels really good. And in 2021, you're bringing in a different energy. So you're bringing in the Queen of Wands. She's reversed, but this is still a good energy for you to be bringing in. This is someone who knows what she wants. This is you feeling really quite established in who you are. You're accomplished. You believe in yourself. There's a lot here about you trusting who you are as a person. You are not afraid anymore. You're not hanging out waiting for things to come and get you. You're kind of like, oh, whatever. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is you really being self-assured, really being aware of who you are and how strong you are. And this energy feels really amazing to me. It's like you have everything at your command and you know it. And that's the really key point here, that you're owning it, you're understanding that you're owning it. Whereas before, you may have had all the things, the same things may have been there, but in 2020, you were ready for the world to come and get you. And, 2020 has been that kind of year, so it's really understandable. But in 2021, you're like, I don't care if life comes to get me because I know who I am. I know what sort of person I am, and I know that I can cope with this. So you've moved, 2020 has been great for you in the sense that it's taught you so much. So pile one, you may not be a female, and that's okay too, but it's more that how you identify with who you are. I don't know if that really made any sense, what I mean. Let's say it again. It's about identifying with the feminine aspects of yourself. So it can be that you're the softer, gentler parts of yourself. And here we have the beautiful, we have a lot of feminine energy coming in here too. And we have a celebration. So we have bear, and bear can be masculine or feminine, but surrounded by all of this feminine energy, it feels like a mother bear to me. It feels like a mother bear, and like I said before, it's about you coming into your power. You see here, bear is standing on, like this wand. Again, we could call it a wand. There's a crown here, and it's all about coming out of your cave and knowing who you are, adapting, coming into your power, really, is what it's about. Bear is so strong, capable, wise, and the word is judicious. I want to bring in that word. I have no idea why. But it's all about knowing who you are. And you can see that bear is coming out of this cave, looking around, and it's got this soft expression on the face, which is that feminine expression, but it's also kind of like you realizing, like coming to the realization. It's that moment of you actually going, actually, I'm quite strong. Like I am capable. I have done all of these things in the past. I was able to move through whatever the obstacles in my way have been. And this is you really owning that. But you can see here that you're still, it's that moment caught on a camera. I know it's not a camera, so you're probably laughing at me, but it's like you celebrating because you understand now how strong you are. You understand what is available to you, and you're seeing yourself in a new way. And that is this wonderful thing that is coming into for you in 2021. You're embracing and celebrating who you are, who you've grown into during 2020. So it may have been a really, really challenging year for you. But what it has done is brought in this wonderful wise one within you. And that feels so strong for me for you. Grow within your current situation. And that's really what's happened in 2020. You have grown beyond your years. You have, it's like I'm going to bring this card a little bit closer because I want to show you. Here we have all these markings on the lady's clothes, or the wise woman's clothes, and similar markings on the owl. And what it's leading me to is your family tradition, your family tree, if you want to have a look at it. And it's kind of like you now know your position. You now know sort of like the traditions that you come from. You know that the wisdom that you come from, and you know where you fit, and you know that you have all of that, within your grasp, within the essence of who you are. And it's wisdom that doesn't come from age. However, that's the depiction in this picture, but it's wisdom that comes from knowing who you are and how you fit in. And that is such a key thing for you. I don't know what 2020 brought you, but you know where you fit in now, and you didn't before. And that's why you were sitting there waiting, because you were like, it was like you were daring the universe, daring the world to come and get you, because you were like, it was like all bluff and bravado. You wanted everybody to think that you were brave and strong and true, but you didn't believe it. So you acted as if, and, like if you are a mother, I understand that, because, you have to put on this brave face. Even if you're someone who just goes, someone who works every day, you have to put on a brave face if you're, with your workmates or your colleagues, or even if you're, someone who serves in a supermarket. You've got to put on a brave face. You've got to not show your vulnerability at every moment. But that was all bluff. That wasn't who you really are. Because when you are really who you are, when you know your own power and you celebrate that, it's because you know where you fit in. You don't have to pretend that you're stronger than you are, because you know you're strong. You know you're wise. You know how you fit into that family history. And I don't really know why that's important, but for you it is. Now, we also have see beyond the current situation. And I feel that message is for you for right now. It feels like, you're watching this thinking, I don't really understand what I've been through and why. And what your guides want you to know is leave it for now. Put that aside for now. See beyond wherever you are right now, because you can't see. Okay, whatever it is that's happening in your life right now, it's like your judgment is clouded, your vision is clouded around 2020. You're going to be able to see 2020 with hindsight more clearly. So at the moment, your guides want you to know, just put that on hold for now. Don't keep looking into it, because it's going to stress you out. And again, we've got that's all about the air, mental thought and things like that. So you just don't want to go there. It's kind of like off limits for you at the moment, which is really unusual. Yeah, but it is. Okay. So these are sort of like some guidance cards coming in, and you notice that I was placing them where I don't really understand where I'm placing them. I'm just putting them, but there's a method usually. So here we have intention, and I'm noticing that we have the owl, and the owl is upside down. And this is the guidance to you, and I'm really being drawn to the dandelion puffball. And that is a sign of release. That is a sign to let go. And there's a lot of air here, a lot of air coming in. It's sitting around these two cards. we have a lot of air, which is a symbol of, thoughts, and our thoughts getting carried away, our thoughts not being kind to us, our thoughts controlling our everyday, that the worrying, the constant thinking, all of that sort of thing. Now, your intention may not be to do that. Your intention may be to think and think clearly. But what I'm being shown is that the mind for you at times is not your friend. Now, probably thinking, what are you talking about? But I know that my mind is not my friend at times, because I need to be earthed. I need to be grounded. I need to go out in nature and not keep worrying about things, ruminating things over and over and over in my head. It may not be your intention to get stuck with your mental aspects, keeping you going and going around. You may have some really great ideas that you want to birth and bring into the world. But when you get stuck in that thought pattern, it's time to change that up. It's time to identify it and move beyond it. Now, we also have Golden Palace in the reverse. So Golden Palace talks to us about pretty much anything we can imagine. Riches, gold, all that sort of stuff. So that's showing up in the reverse because it's out of balance. So we've got 2 out of balance cards coming in as guidance, which for me is kind of strange. But we also have the Queen of Wands, and she is also in reverse. So it feels like in 2021, there's going to be times when you realise you're out of balance. And this has come up for one of the other piles as well. Now, the Queen of Wands doesn't feel out of balance when she's in reverse, because she actually knows who she is. But there may be times when you go into old ways of being, like overthinking. And that's when Spirit is coming to you, saying to you, it's time to connect into this wise one, into this one who knows everything, and let go. Allow that wind to clear the air. Go outside, walk outside, whatever it is that you do to clear your mind. Okay, so the Golden Palace talks about you trusting that there'll be enough, that, that even if you take your mind or your eye off the prize, that things are going to get taken care of without you second guessing everything, micromanaging everything. Like when you're in your power, when you're who you really are, you don't need to worry, because you know that you have a trust in the universe and that it will provide for you. And it feels to me like Waking the Lion is about that too. It's about waking this wise one within you, waking yourself up to say, that you have this courage. And again, and I'm seeing the celebration linked to that as well, because when you do know who you are, it's a time for celebration for you, because it's quite different to who you have been. Don't get trapped into thinking that you have to control everything, that you have to know everything, because that's not what it's about. And that's this type of energy. This energy here is more about the courage to move forward and trust. Again, both of these cards are kind of talking about the same thing. They're having the courage and conviction to be who you really are and know that everything's going to turn out okay. And so this card here is talking to you about that very same thing. When you are in your power and know who you are, and you're able to celebrate yourself, you have the courage to move forward, even when you're not exactly 100% sure. Everyone on the outside can see what it is that they're looking at, whereas you're still doubting it inside. It's like someone who's had this massive transformation is coming out, and that's you. And there will be times when you doubt yourself and you'll be like, oh no, I really, I need to focus on this. I need to overthink my finances, my career goals, whatever it is. It's really not about that. It's about trusting. It's about knowing that you have the courage within you, even though you may not see it. You have been acting as if for quite a long time. This is a more certain acting as if. This is everything has changed on your outer. And now it's time for your inner, for yourself to understand all of those things. I've loved this reading for you. 2021 is going to be a big change for you, particularly for your physical appearance. I feel you'll know and see a very big change in yourself. you'll also understand that you are who you actually know yourself to be. That didn't come out in a very, very eloquent way. You will be self-assured. You will have a belief in yourself that you are an accomplished, established person. You are not afraid. You are a powerhouse. You are beginning to own who you are. And you can see that this is the beginning. Thanks so much for watching today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you in a video or the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. And if you chose pile 2, which is this beautiful stone heart, these are your tarot cards that we're starting with today. And this is all about what's coming in 2021 for you. And so these cards, I don't know if you remember from the start, we are talking about what you're releasing for 2020 and what you're embracing for 2021. So what you're releasing is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And so for me, it feels like that in 2020 you have been experiencing imbalance in looking after yourself versus work, looking after your family versus your own needs. You know, like there's been this there hasn't been a balance. It's been a constant struggle to find a balance between your family life and your own life, who you are versus whoever you, whether you're a mother or a father, whether you're the son or the daughter, whatever you are. It feels like there's been a competition, there's been an imbalance, and it's like everything's weighing quite heavily on you. You know, the coin that she's holding on feels like it's dragging her down. All the things that she should be enjoying don't feel like there's any enjoyment there. So I'll just turn it that way so that we can see, you know, that out of balance that's going on. But it feels like all of the physical things that, you know, you may have worked really hard for in 2020 have maybe felt more like a burden than they have a pleasure. And, you know, with the Pentacles, it's all about the physicality and enjoying the physical things in life, the things that we can touch and feel and experience. But it feels like those things don't feel that great for you, or haven't felt that great for you in 2020. It feels a bit like that those green pastures, like you can't enjoy them. You haven't been able to enjoy those experiences. They feel like they're out of touch or out of reach for you. So 2020, you're ready to let go of those feelings, that out of balance. And if it is work versus home, or yourself over your partner, or yourself over the kids, or whatever it is, there is a need to bring your own stuff into balance in 2021. And a great card that you have that came up for you today is the Wheel of Fortune. And this card is about trusting that the new things that are coming in. It's about a free-flowing energy coming into your life. There's newness. There's also this turning in for you. I feel like it's more of a inward reflection of what you actually really want, I feel, coming in 2021. And it may not be that everyone wants that, but that's what you want. It's about looking for yourself at what's important, because this stuff out of balance, you know, 2020 has been a year to, you know, take things up a notch or two for us all. And maybe it's time to reflect on this year and see what it is that you want to take into 2021 for you, because other people believe that X is important, and this card is the X, it doesn't mean it is important to you. And this card feels a bit soul-searching for you. It's a turning point for you, and that's where that soul-searching is coming in. It is a turning point for you to look within, to figure out what it is that you need to take from 2020, because there's a lot to take away from this year that's pushed our buttons, but it's now time for you to trust and allow that the cycles of life are going to right you. You know, that this card is showing you that the wheel of fortune is moving for you. If you've been in a really crap situation, if you've been really out of balance, then that's going to right itself. But you don't need to try really hard for that to happen. This is happening of its own accord. This can be a fresh perspective coming in 2021, which is something it feels like you kind of need as well. So they're the two things that are, framing this reading for you. So what you're ready to let go of and what you're bringing in. So let's bring in some oracle cards. We have the Hare in reverse. We have the Shaman, and we have the Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. And we have Crystal Blessings, Grandmother Crystal Diva. That's the way it came out. And I think I'm going to leave it that way. Sometimes those cards sort of speak to me in different ways. Trusting in higher forces. This feels to me that you may have been focused on the physical too much in 2020. You may have been focusing on work, career, your home, what else? Family over yourself, or self over family. It could be either way. And it feels like 2021's bringing in a new vision for you. So, and that's really funny because 2020 is about sight and about vision, but it's about learning from those things that you've experienced in 2020 and bringing them into a greater perspective. It's like fine tuning for me is how I'm seeing 2021 for you. And this is trusting in the higher forces. So this is really connecting with some things in your life that you may either overlook or they've been there and they've constantly been sort of just prodding or pressuring you, or, a slight nudge or some feathers that you think to yourself, where'd that come from? Or some sounds that you may have heard. You may be really interested in sacred knowledge or symbols or whatever it is. There is a tug or a pull or spirit is messaging you, is telling you that it's time to trust in these higher forces, to take your focus on the physical and to balance that out. And this is the thing that will allow you to trust the Wheel of Fortune, that it's going to turn in your favor. And so we have Hare, and Hare is you. Hare is you in 2020. And we see Hare, really focused, alert, on guard, standing next to a very strong, tall structure, believing that there's going to be some security there. And that to me feels like your home or your work. And then we have this here, which is the eggs, and it's kind of like what you're safeguarding, like the nest egg, and again, this could be your home. So it could be that you've spent a lot of money and time on your home in 2020, or your work. It's definitely, and again, it could be family. But it's you being on such high alert, and 2020 has been a year like that. I've done a lot of picky card readings and a lot of personal readings, and the feelings of people have been they've just been dialed up. And this is you in 2020. In 2021, this is reversing. This is turning on its head. There's still that, look at that eye, it's still watching you. So Hare is still very much on alert, but in a different way. This is sort of talking more about watching these signs and symbols too much. So it's kind of like this imbalance is potentially, that you'll go from one extreme to the other. So it's kind of like your guides want you to know that it's about bringing in balance. Understanding that you don't want to go too far the other way. You want to trust in higher forces, but you don't want to be alert to every single thing that's happening, to create more of that same sort of out of balance feeling, but but the opposite way. And Grandmother Crystal Diva and Crystal Blessings, this is, coming in to talk to you about that higher knowledge, but understanding that it's there for you when you need it, and not focusing on, we can get stuck in, having a dream or seeing something and wanting to look it up every single time we we see something as a message from the other world. And that's what Hare is talking to us about. But Grandmother Crystal Diva is talking about us. And here we have this old, or I shouldn't say that, but we have sacred knowledge that's coming in from a masculine and a feminine force. And it's about trusting. It's not about forcing. It's not about striving. It's about trusting. We have arrow, surround yourself with protective energies, and that's underneath the wheel of fortune. And for me, there's a symbolism or a symbiotic relationship between the two. And it's about understanding that you can trust the universe while still being protective, while still, being this person. It's not that this was out of balance in 2020, so I'm going to throw it all away and I'm going to trust that the universe is going to look after me. It's about trusting yourself first, too, because the universe wants you to trust yourself because you are the creator of your universe. So when you were out of balance in 2020, and there's a little rabbit in this one too, there's a little tiny rabbit in there, which talks about fertility. But so for some of you that has come up. So for some of you, there's this fertile aspect to life, and that could be it could be new life, but it can be lots of other things, creative ideas, etc. So going back to where I was, it is about not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but saying to yourself, okay, so I've learnt this year that whatever it has been out of balance. I need to bring in more trust that the universe is taking care of me, because this is what's coming up for you in 2021. Sorry. In 2021, that's what's coming up for you. But it's about learning from all your other experiences and bringing them with you on the journey. So, being protective of yourself and your family, but ultimately understanding that you're all safe, that you're all taken care of, that the Wheel of Fortune is looking after you in 2021. So we have some guidance here. And we have education. Now, I'm noticing the moons here, that they're similar. And this could be that you are, it doesn't feel to me that you're going back to school. But you may be learning something new, and it could be that you're learning a new way of being. For me, that feels the closest to what this is about. This is you kind of connecting to this spiritual side, trusting in higher forces, and doing it from a very grounded perspective. There's a lot of spiritual traditions and books and things that all talk about opening up your higher chakras and everything, but they don't talk about being grounded. This energy here is all about that physicality, and it's not about understanding that they're higher forces and that's better and I just take all my awareness to all that stuff, which is what this talks about too. It's about doing it in a grounded way, bringing those higher forces down to the earth, because as humans, we are a conduit between earth and sky, and when we're connected to both, that's when we are able to access this higher dimension and higher frequencies for better, to enable us to live better lives. We have coming apart, and this is usually something that you're letting go of, which is a good thing because you're letting go of something that's not suiting you anymore. This could be a friendship. This could be a sibling rivalry for some of you, so that you're letting go of that for 2021. It may be that you're letting go of the protective energy that you've been harboring. This feeling that you have to protect yourself and your family, your things, your friends, whatever it is. It feels like you're letting some of that go, because when we have a particular way of thinking about something, even if we think to ourselves, I don't want to think about that, I don't want to think about what's happening in my family that I grew up in, my not wanting to look at it, you can see that one of these people doesn't want to look at it, but they've both got their backs to each other. They're actually creating something. You can see all that energy around them. They're still creating an energy that is a force in your life. And this card is talking about that coming apart. So it feels like you're letting go of something that has been on your mind, and something that has been part of your life for quite some time. And even though this is all about protective energy, it's understanding that when you let go of any ill-meaning thoughts that you have about somebody else, that you then are not creating an energy that is between you and them. I hope that's been pretty clear. I don't really know if it has, but it's hard sometimes to put the things into words. But the coming apart for you is a good thing. It's a letting go of something from the past that you may have seen happen quite a bit in 2021, but it's been there a lot longer than that. Wish upon a star. This is you, basically thinking about what you want for 2020. It's really close to the Wheel of Fortune. It's you putting into thought, putting into motion the things that you actually want. Because I think part of your belief in the physicalness of 2020, and perhaps longer, it means that you may have lost some of that childhood believing in magic. And this child here is coming to you to remind you of magic. This card and this card here, the Wheel of Fortune, they want you to know that, sounds funny, but magic happens when you believe in it. So if you trust that magic is going to happen to you, you'll be one of those people that walks around saying, oh, I'm so lucky, all these magical things happen to me, and I don't know where they come from, but they're wonderful. You know what I mean? Like, and you might be listening to this and think, I'm turning off now. It's about it's about where we're coming from our framework of belief. And if this is somewhere you're stepping into, so maybe you're not there yet, because maybe you do feel too weighed down to feel this yet. But 2021's bringing it in for you. 2021 is bringing in a belief that magic can happen to you, that magic happens, that magic is real, that you can trust the Wheel of Fortune to bring the next thing that's coming. The belief is important, that you trust that it's all safe, that it's a new beginning, that you're at a turning point in your life, that things are going to flow more freely. This is a great card for 2021. It's a fresh perspective coming in lots of ways for you. I've really enjoyed this reading for you. I hope you have too. Please give it a thumbs up. If you have, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now. So here we have pile 3. If you chose the beautiful agate heart, then these are your tarot readings. And the first 2 cards we're looking at today is what you're what you're leaving behind in 2020 and what you're embracing in 2021. We have here this idea of nostalgia, of looking backwards. There's all these idealistic ways of thinking about what life was like before. So thinking about how good you had it, that the pastures were greener before, and it's kind of like not seeing that everything that you have at the moment is worthwhile, or that's how 2020 has been. And you're ready to let go of this, of seeing things as out of your reach, above you, that they look better than, things appear better to you when they're out of your reach, not the ones that you're actually experiencing. So it's this nostalgic look at the past, and you're ready to let go of that now. You're ready to let go of a revisit of the past. And 2020 may have been a really hard year, and it has been for a lot of people. So you may have been looking backwards thinking, I really life was better when when I was younger, when I was a teenager, whatever it is, you may have had that experience of 2020. And it might be it might be the year you want to leave behind. And I completely understand that. For a lot of us, I think we all feel that way. And the next one we have is the Two of Pentacles reversed. So this card speaks to 2021. It's about embracing things. And so we talked about how you've been looking at the past and seeing things in a way of idealizing things that have gone before. Going into 2021, it's about embracing. Yes, your life may have been out of balance, and it may start the year may still start a little bit out of balance, but it's about noticing that, and it's about identifying what it is that's out of balance. Where is this out of balance happening? And this is a Pentacles card, so it's all about the physicality of the world. So this could be about home life versus career. This could be, wanting success and wanting money rather than wanting to achieve the goal for its own worth or merit. It's sitting on some stormy waters there, and this is that juggle. This is the juggling, but it's in the reverse. So it's showing you that things in your life is showing up as being out of balance for a reason, and it's time for you to reassess, reprioritize, and have a look at your goals. So 2021 for you is going to be a year of realizing that you may have overextended yourself. You may have lost focus. You may have found that things have got on top of you and that you feel upside down. But it's simply that's showing up for you so that you can redress the balance. And that's what this card is asking you to do. Reassess, redress, all those things, rethink. They're sort of like the bookends of this reading. Now I'm going to bring in oracle cards and see what we are releasing from 2020 and what we are bringing in 2021. Whoa. Amazing cards to start with, and all masculine energy that we're looking at here. The horse necessarily could be either. However, in this spread, it feels very masculine. It feels more of a stallion type energy. So for you, there is this, we've got hunter, track down your fears and desires. And it's, this very honest warrior. We've got those ram horns, and this is about, there's a lot of masculine macho energy here, and you may be a female, but you're going to be expressing these desires. Very Aries, very getting the job done, and there's no messing about it. Now, we talked about things being out of balance. So perhaps it is that your masculine side needs to come in to get into balance and understand that there is a divine masculine, and that the need in 2021 is about bringing in that balanced masculine side, not that masculine side that works, themselves to the bone, that goes to work and comes home and does nothing else. Like that really one-dimensional aspect of the masculine. It feels like you're really letting go of that. It feels like you're embracing this really different element of who you are. And, you may be a male or a female. It doesn't really matter. This is all about, we have both masculine and feminine energies in our lives. And we have the horse here, and horses are all about freedom. And this is that solar, I want to say solar logos. It's all about the rites and the activities, the rituals, the moving forward of your identity, of who you are. And this here looks really staid and really, not moving. And these cards here all feel like there's a lot of movement coming for you. And we did talk about balance. So perhaps for you in 2021, you've been thinking about 2020, sorry. in 2020 you've been thinking about your past and how you thought it was ideal, and it may have been a bit more balanced, but it was really boring or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like there's something about it that didn't suit you because that's why you're not there anymore. But there is an element that you need to let it go because it's not serving you anymore. And this is all about embracing those masculine energies and really going for things, really getting stuck into things, really investing yourself in the things that you love and make you feel free and make you have this, it's like instead of thinking about one dimensionality, it's about a balanced life in so many different ways. And that's where I feel like you're probably going to go out of balance a little bit because you're going to want to bring in a lot of new things into your life. And so it's going to be, you know, work, family, friends, social life, you know, like there's going to be, and this will also be hobbies or things that you love. So all of these things are really good for you, and they're what is needed to take you from this sort of very staid old energy. And we have Father Sky, which is trust the unknown. So it feels really electric. These energies feel very yang. They feel very passionate, very quick, very lightning. And again, this is again, you may feel out of balance because there is a lot of yang here. So it's about understanding all of these things as you're moving through them. They're really, really warranted. You're going to see a massive influx and change in your equilibrium, you know, your balance internally, but that's going to reflect on your external life too. And it's about nourishing and nurturing yourself in these masculine ways. And we see that clap of thunder and eagle. An eagle is up in the sky. So that's all this wonderful foresight for you coming in, but you have to trust and believe, or not believe because your beliefs are up to you, but spirit wants you to trust in your own beliefs and trust that you know the way forward and you know what you're looking for. And it is this hunt. You are going for something in 2021. The energies that are coming up, and then these next cards that I've pulled for you are more about advice for 2021. I love that card for you. That is awesome. So we have the Bone Collector. The Bone Collector talks to you about having everything you need. So here we have that out of balance, but it's because we're bringing in all this divine masculine for you in 2021. But the Bone Collector is telling you you have everything you need. You don't need to search outside yourself. You see how the Bone Collector has this beautiful sacred circle around herself. And inside the sacred circle, she has everything. She has sacred knowledge. She has animal spirits to support her. She has fertility. Anything that the Bone Collector needs, she has within herself, and this wonderful insight coming in too. And I feel that this energy here is balancing out this masculine Father Sky energy. Even though she is not the card, there is a card about yin and it's more feminine, she is definitely that feminine aspect. And we have the Sacred Pool, which is another wonderful, wonderful card for you. So this card talks all about your dreams, your desires, and imagining the things that you want to make into a reality. And at this time for you, you're able to do that. You're able to draw from this sacred pool and draw things into being from your imagination. It's like you can see like the vapors or the steam or the ether from the pool is really seductive and creative, and it creates form. This card equals an 11, and this is an amazing card for you, particularly in light of all of this yang energy that you're bringing into 2021. And we have the Wizard of Awareness. Now, I didn't notice on this card before that this has a triskelion, and you may not be able to pick that up because of the lighting in here. But in here is a triskelion, which is this one here as well. And that is a goddess symbol. It's been many symbols, but it can be a sign of the goddess symbol. And I feel that that's a really good nurturing element that is supporting all of this yang energy that is in your life in 2021. So you're embracing your masculine energy, but you're also being supported by this goddess energy, by the divine feminine. And that's again when we're bringing in this balance. So the lesson of being out of balance is going to come up for 2021. So it's about noticing that and realizing every single time. So it's like, okay, yep, it's here again. I'm out of balance. I need to reorganize my life. I need to reassess my priorities, my goals, and I need to just, like, it's not about beating yourself up. It's not about going, oh no, I'm going to be out of balance in 2021. It's about going, no, my guides are showing me this so that I can reorganize myself. The Wizard of Awareness, beautiful card here. Again, talking about this divine masculine energy and this energy of you having everything you know or that you need. All of this sacred knowledge behind you. The ability to see through things when needed. So a really good, strong standing behind you. And the other thing that I want to say about this card is that it's bringing, so we've got the triskelion, the triskelion, or the triple circles behind you. We have it as the number 3, and we have a light. And for me, this is bringing in the aspects of spirit that these cards are talking about, that then brings in the balance to this 2 card. So 2, it can be in balance, of course it can, but when we bring in a third thing, we can often find that it becomes more solid. It starts to build in a different way. And I feel this light and the number 3, they're all coming in to talk to you about. Sometimes we think when we're going through things that when things are out of balance, we need to simplify. We need to reassess and bring things back into balance, pile 3, and go back to basics. Now, there'll be an element of some of that. There'll be reprioritizing and getting rid of some things. But it's also about bringing in things that feed you, that nourish you, that replenish you, that remind you of those good times. And it's about balancing all of those things out. And then we have a willing release, which I really love for you because it's letting go of all that stuff that is outdated for you, outmoded, weighing you down is really what I want to think about that card. And it's knowing that, and this feels very belief orientated. This feels like you've had a lot of limiting beliefs around the divine masculine in your world, your life. This could be father orientated because we have Father Sky showing up here, and also sort of a young hunter, which again could signify a father or a father element in your life. But it's about letting go of some of those ideas and realizing that when you're ready to let go of that type of belief, that those things will start changing for you really quite rapidly, and they will end up forming something else. Like it's a real transformation, that idea of belief, that idea of something that you may have seen as negative or not something that you've identified with. You're going to bring that into balance in 2021, and it's a real journey for you, and it's a really exciting journey. There's going to be this element where you need to keep addressing the balance as you bring new things in, as you bring new fear, new desires in, as you bring in things that make you feel free and excited about being in your life, as you bring in more knowledge, more insight, more perspective. But it's about knowing that you have everything you need and that you're a wonderful manifester, which is this physical plane of the Pentacles here. So this is an amazing reading for you. 2021 is going to bring such a different awareness for you, a real rebalancing for you in what's your goals, priorities, where you spend your time, what you do with your time, who you invest your time in, and with yourself, about how you look after yourself and what you do to make yourself feel better, knowing that you have everything you need. You don't need to, go outside yourself to find the answers. I've loved this reading for you. If you have too, please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more readings like this. And I hope to see you again in the future in another reading. Bye for now.